Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who are teachers of the truth and sincerity, and a shout out to Yakim that's out there in four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Barak the yahawah, barak the yahawashi, bahasham, quadash, atham. So, reading some articles here, and this one from Press TV. Iran Navy starts mass production of Jack cruise missile, unveils other military projects. So, yeah, they're getting armed because they're getting ready to fight against Babylon the Great because they know that they're about to be attacked. The least of their flock, Amalek's going to draw everybody into this war. So Persia and all of them, Gomer and all his bands, they're all being prepared, just like Ezekiel told us. Iran's Navy has announced the mass production of the indigenously designed and submarine-launched Jack's cruise missile, along with unveiling a handful of other military projects and technical achievements. Navy Chief Rear Admiral Hossein Khazadi announced the mass production of the Jack's missile while visiting a Navy exhibition showcasing a number of the force's achievements on Saturday. Khazadi said all of the force's submarines will be equipped with the new weapon, and the missile's current range will be improved substantially in the future. So, anybody that thinks that they're going to just come in and invade Iran has got another thing coming. The commander added that the weapon developed as part of the JASK-2 project will allow navies to hit targets across long ranges. So, that stuff that's been going on in the Persian Gulf, man, Iran already knows about their developments, and so now they're developing their defenses. The missile will surely be a serious surprise for the enemy, he said. Another project dubbed JASK-3 is also under development, Khazadi said. The project will allow a wider variety of missile capabilities to be used as submarines, he added. So, man, they're getting ready to fight in the Persian Gulf. Meanwhile, back in Syria, Turkish occupation forces personnel and mercenaries killed in Rawcha Ain. A number of Turkish occupation personnel and their terrorist mercenaries were killed on Saturday in an explosion in the town of Tal Halif in the northwestern countryside of Hasaka, while infighting broke out among terrorists due to disputes over stolen items. Syrian Arab news agency's reporter in Hasaka said a number of Turkish occupation personnel and their terrorist mercenaries were killed, and others were injured in an explosion of unknown causes in a building in Tal Haf town in the countryside of Ras Al Ain, and the injured were transported to Turkey as the incident was hushed up. Well, of course, you're not going to hear about this on the mainstream. They're going to keep it very quiet because Gomer is an ally, even though they've been breaking alliances with America, the whore. The reporter also said that infighting broke out among terrorists under the command of the Turkish occupation in the city of Ras Al Ain and its countryside due to disputes over splitting items stolen from the locals, which resulted in the death and injury of a number of terrorists. On a relevant note, local sources reported that vehicles belonging to the Turkish occupation and its mercenaries transported prefabricated rooms to the villages of Unaik, Al-Halawa, Kafajama, and Al-Maladi in Abu Rasan area northwestern countryside of Hasaka. Meanwhile, 20 trucks belonging to the U.S. occupation forces loaded with logistical supplies entered Syria from Iraq and were sent to the areas where their forces are located in Hasaka province. So, who arms these terrorist groups? Babylon the Great. You can best believe their fingerprints are all over this. And here's another one. Automakers offer record insensitive spending as trillion-dollar auto bubble becomes unsustainable. Yeah, man, people just ain't, maxing out and trying to buy new vehicles, The spending, man, they know that this whole place is about to be shut down, So, people ain't buying because they can't afford to buy. Early last month, we outlined how automobile sales deteriorated in late summer and prophesied how this would set the stage for increased insensitive spending by car makers who will be desperate to clear inventory heading into the end of the year. It seems that we were right. Okay, I'm not sure if this is recording or not. Let me see here. Okay, I'm still going. It just said something else. So, okay. Slovakia for that. It seems that we were right. Automakers are now offering the most discounts on record to entice deadbeat consumers in November, according to a new report from J.D. Power. Well, this fucking November month is already over with. The average incentive spending per vehicle is $4,538, an increase of 12% year over year. The previous high for the industry was $43.78 in 4Q17. So, and these things are just fucking declining, man. You know, because again, you know, people just don't got the money even for used cars anymore. Inventories for older model year vehicles have soared in 2H19, forcing automakers to boost insensitive spending to clear excess inventory. While the average APR to finance a vehicle around 5.3% for the month, the average transportation price remained above $34,000, down from $179 from last month, but up $622 over the year. As a result of low rates and record high incentives, consumers spent $40.3 billion on new vehicles in November. The figure is up $2.7 billion from 2018. You can best believe these people just finance that shit, you know, because who really has the outright money for this, you know? So they're just going to keep on borrowing money. You know, kind of like they're going to max out their credit cards to get Black Friday sales, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because if you max out your fucking credit cards, you're paying the interest anyway, so you just would have been a whole lot better just buying it when you saw it originally to begin with. But now, people are dumb as shit, you know. That's why they deserve to be destroyed with Babylon. Just fucking idiocracy, like the movie shows, if you've seen the movie Idiocracy. That's just how fucking dumb these fucking people are, man. King warned the insensitive trend is concerning for the health of the industry when combined with rising subprime sales, which are growing at the highest rate since August 2018. So, you know, and just the whole thing, man, the mirth is ceasing in this place, and that's why they're getting everything ready for the dollar to crash, so that way the mark of the beast will become mandatory. That's what this is all about. That's what this year has been about. The year Karagma. So, I'll come back later and just take a look at some other things going on. So I'm trying this new screen recorder, because this will probably be the way I record videos from now on. So, getting on with what's happening in Syria, which you're not hearing about in the mainstream, but we watch it here.
Late on November 20th, the Syrian army launched an OTR-21 Tochka missile at a weapon depot of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham near the town of Khan, located close to the Turkish border. As always, pro-militant sources immediately claimed that the strike caused civilian casualties only. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, 16 civilians, mostly women and children, died when the missile hit the refugee camp. Pro-government sources said that the ammo depot, which was the main target of the strike, was located near the camp. Like most areas in northern Idlib, Khan is controlled by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and other al-Qaeda-affiliated groups. The terrorist group and its allies are known for storing weapons in civilian areas near key infrastructure across the entire greater Idlib area. Recently, they moved most of their weapon depots to the border with Turkey, trying to rescue them from airstrikes and the advancing Syrian army. Mainstream media outlets prefer to ignore the systematic use of civilians in Idlib as human shields by militant groups. On November 21st, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham claimed that its forces had repelled an attack by the Syrian army on Ard al-Zurzur. Militants claimed that many Syrian army troops were killed. Pro-government sources deny any casualties. The Russian military police expanded their patrol area in northeastern Syria and began the process of turning the Sarin base, abandoned by U.S. forces, into their own control point. The Sarin airstrip is already used by Russian helicopters involved in patrol operations. Israel's ImageSat International released a group of satellite images showing the alleged impact of the November 20th Israeli strike on supposed Iranian targets in Syria. The released images show the damage caused at the Meza air base, known for hosting the Syrian Army's 4th Division, and the so-called Glass House building at Damascus International Airport, which Israel claims hosts an Iranian intelligence HQ.
So that's the least of the fluff, drawing everybody else into this war.
This is Dabu7. This Black Friday had seen the least amount of shoppers in many different areas than we've seen in a long time. Compared to last year, many of these areas being called ghost towns. Now, some places do run advertisement. Some have been running it a little early this week. There's different variants that doesn't cover all stores. So every store is different. So when you see that every store en masse across the board is seeing a reduction in people coming to the stores on Black Friday, well, we may be seeing the beginning of a massive shift, especially this year, as thousands upon thousands of people have started to order online and say we're not wasting the gas, we're not fighting the crowds, the traffic jams, the whole nine. And I have tweet after tweet here in this clip where people are at different stores, different places, and it's the same thing. Even 50% off sales was not enough to lure people out on this Black Friday en masse. So we didn't see the crazy clips of people duking it out all over the place. I'm sure there was one here or there, but nothing like years past. And as you can see here, a clip right outside of Macy's in downtown NYC, a ghost town. So it goes to show, in my opinion, that there's a big shift underway here in this country. I hope people are realizing that. I'll leave a link. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for breaking news. Follow me on DLive for exclusive live streams you'll only find there. Links below.
Alright, shalom. Barak atha yahawah, barak atha yahawashi, barak atha yahawah, barak atha yahawashi, barak atha yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, quadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS for teaching us this knowledge, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the hopeful Akim out there throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom to Brother Ara from the Varasti camp, man. Here you go, man. The truth about Black Friday, man. Which niggas go crazy over, kill each other over, the little bullshit. You know, y'all think Esau, the so-called white man, giving you a good deal and shit like this. This all originated from slavery, man. Just like think stealing. When Christopher Columbus came over here to America and slaughtered the Native American Indians. This what it all goes back to, man. Value of slaves, man. This was only in 1834, man. You know? Hey. It says Black Friday sells. The original Black Friday sells. Hey, and it's selling Negroes, man. You see Negro men, 200. You know? The Negro women, 460. Hey, man. Hey. This is why Esau gotta pay for this, man. Esau gotta pay for all of this. So he still hasn't been paid back. That's why these devils is going into slavery, man. You know, we gonna do this and even greater. You know, thus saith the Lord, man. And everybody don't understand that Thanksgiving and Black Friday and going into Christmas, all this shit just demonic. We in some demonic ass times, man. We in demonic times, man. You know, this wicked as hell in itself, man. And all of it's on the internet. All of it's on the internet, man. Where you can see it all, yo. The original Black Friday. have sold you Negroes, man. Might have sold a family, might have sold two brothers, or whatever, man. This really happened, man. And we try and get this through our people here, man, but they don't want to listen, man. This devil got to pay for all of this. Man. They got to pay for all of these, man. It's right here, man. Right here in front of your face, man. The original Black Friday. Niggas fight over this shit. And they have no idea what it came from, you know? That's why the Most High is going to destroy you Edomites, man. Crucial, bro. All this happened, man. Crucial. Revelation chapter 9. Salah. 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth on into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is our patience and this is our faith that these devils going to be paid back. Paid back for these acts, man. And you can just go on the internet and type this in, man. And this stuff going to pop up, man. You know. This is what Black Friday originated from, man. Esau, the so-called white man, having you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in slavery, man. You know, selling your women, selling your babies. You know, you got to be a fool if you don't want no payback from that, man. You know, you probably have a baby and the baby gets snatched up and sold, man. You know how devastated families were? You know how devastated and sick families were, man. And they couldn't do nothing about it. And if they tried, they'd be put to death, probably beat, half to death, killed. This is the truth, man. You know, this is the truth. You know, and the truth hurts, man. But, you know, this is the truth, man. This is the truth, man. What all this shit stand for. Got another scripture, yo. Revelation chapter 18. Start at 5. Revelation chapter 18 verse 5, it says, for her sins has reached unto heaven, and Yahawah have remembered her iniquities. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, and the cups which she hath filled, fill to her double. And look at the cups that these Edomites have filled, man. You know, selling you so-called Negroes on auctioning blocks, beating you half to death, raping your women, turning the women against you, selling your babies, feeding the babies to alligators for alligator bait. You know, that was a terrible time, yo. And yahawah let this happen because he was fucking angry, man. And niggas out here still doing the wickedness, man. You know, the type of vibe this shit be having on people, man, to make them fight each other, kill each other, rob each other over a telephone, a fucking TV. Which if you get put to death, you can't take that shit with you in the spiritual world, man. Shit ridiculous, man. Which all this shit about to be destroyed anyway by the thermonuclear fire. You devils got hell to pay, man. Devils got hell to pay, yo. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, and the Lord, yahawah, thy power, will put all those curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. No, that's why we shouldn't be celebrating these different holidays and shit, because we was being oppressed, man. We was being oppressed. We was being beat. Damn slavery option. All this shit is real, bro. All this shit real, bro. This should make you mad seeing this. You jakes. That love Esau, man. These devils got hell to pay, bro. That said the Lord, that said the Bible, man. They chilling and shit with their top hats and, you know, hey, this shit, all this is real, yo. That's why you jakes need to snap the fuck out of it. That's why the Lord say, turn back, O backsliding children, said the Lord, for I am married on to you, man. Yahawah married on to us. It says, in the Lord thine power, Yahawah will put all those curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. That's what Esau did, man. Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you name it, everything, man. Everything. She probably begging, like, no, please don't separate me from my family. Crucial shit, yo. Crucial. Probably took them up there with their families, and that was the last time. Some of them probably never seen their family again. This woman being whooped. Do a little quick video on the Black Friday thing, man, and you know it's proof that it's not. We shouldn't be celebrating that shit. You know, it's cool to get some shit, whatever, because it be for the low or whatever, but just out there in that shit, just, you know, you stock up every year for that shit and all that and this. That's off, man. You know? So with that, Lord willing, I hope this information was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to yahawah, bahasham, bahasham, quadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS for teaching us in knowledge. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect, man. Shalom.
The U.S. literally is waging a war on free expression. It doesn't matter that the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment guarantees it, but speech, press, and academic freedoms in the U.S. are being attacked and are threatened with ending because of policies of the government. It's happening in the U.S., it's happening abroad, it's happening in U.S. policy toward Iran. The idea that the U.S. wants Iranian domain names shut down or eliminated, wanting its officials not having free access to social media. This is part of the U.S. efforts to control the message, wanting its own narrative alone spread via the media, via public comments, by any spread of information, and anything differing from its narrative, it wants shut out. We see it in what's happening with Americans and with Julian Assange. Julian Assange is being detained in Britain for extradition to the U.S., where he may never arrive because he's being so brutally treated. He may die in the interim before an extradition hearing is completed. But the idea behind that is to silence the message and the messenger. It's to silence free speech, silence people that are spreading it, and wanting only the U.S. message sent out for people to hear, not only in the U.S., but in other countries around the world, everywhere. The U.S. media cooperate with the U.S. agenda. They're not really media, they're propaganda organs, whether it's the New York Times or CNN or CBS or NBC, all of them. They're propaganda organs. They publish or they broadcast state-approved information and opinions, and they shout out alternative views. I have never been on a major media in the U.S., with one exception, a Fox News radio station in Utah, that when they invited me on, they told me, we are not like the other Fox News. And indeed, they were not. They gave me 30 minutes. We talked about a number of comments. I was able to speak as freely as I'm speaking now, and as I write, and in any other interviews that I'm given. But that's the exception. I've never been on any of the other major media. They know me, especially the New York Times, because I criticize them all the time, but they've never invited me on. I was once asked by a friend, why don't you write for the New York Times? And I responded saying, the only way I could do that is if maybe there's a New York Times on another planet. Certainly not the one on planet Earth. Well, that's the way the system is in the U.S. And it's especially the case with regards to all nations on the U.S. target list for regime change. And why is this so? Because they're sovereign and independent. They refuse to sell their souls to the U.S. for the right price. Countries like Iran, of course, like Russia, like China, like Syria, like Venezuela, like North Korea. There are other countries as well. These countries the U.S. wants replaced with puppet regimes it controls. It wants information coming from these countries silenced. It doesn't want people to know the truthful information these countries have to put out for people to see and understand, so that they understand the way these countries are governed, the way they operate, the way they support peace, the way they oppose imperial wars. The U.S. wants all of that silenced, and that's the reason for wanting Iranian domain names shut down, or new ones denied Iranian officials or individuals, and wanting Iranians denied free access to social media. Well, social media like Facebook and Twitter, they're in cahoots with the U.S., so they go along with anything the system wants. But this is a system, and it's happening in the U.S. as well as abroad. I could be targeted. I could be shut down. I have been shut down. I was shut down once by Facebook for about a month. They wanted me to delete an article that I wrote and post it on Facebook, and I refused, so they shut me down. They let me back in again. I'm surprised. They'll probably shut me down again. That's the deplorable situation that's going on. All of the horrors, all of the people being harmed by them, and things aren't getting any better. They're getting worse.
All right, shalom, shalom. Real Hebrew Israelite coming week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of American society. But I'm giving all praises and glory and honor to yahawah, bahasham, bahasham, quadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work. So, man, I'm just hopping into a quick sit down, man. Basically, I was watching this little documentary that Apostle Taha mentioned. You know, basically how the curses is Still on the Israelites, you know, because we still under them curses, but how it's also falling on these Edomites. And it's called How Poor People Survive in the USA / DW democracy. What's that? Documentary. So the DW documentary. So you know, you type that in and it should pop right up. Also, you can go to the Apostle Tahar video on his GMS DocuTube, and it's in the description box. Well, I'll probably put it in the description box as well. You know, so y'all can, if I don't forget, if I forget, it's called How Poor People Survive in the USA / DW democracy. So you know, real good to watch, you know. But anyways, you know, just looking at this, man, it shows, man, that not only that we still in them curses, but them curses falling on these devils. What Deuteronomy? I'll get it. You know, because this is just a beautiful. It's actually a beautiful thing to see that happening. You know, and that's beautiful, man. It should fall on them. This Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord Yahawah, thy most high power God, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Exactly. So all them curses is falling on only these people now, man. They feeling the wrath because you know, they followed after their big bad uncle Esau, they daddy, man, to all these nations. And you know, you got, you know, the nation of E, man. You know, he got a big thing coming for him, man. He gonna pay, man. Cause a lot of them nations of E, man, they don't show no mercy. When you watching it, some of them do be owning them places. They weren't showing no mercy to some of the Jakes, you know. But then not only that, they coming against their own people now. You know, the nation of E is E on E now, man. And it's just showing that this is prophecy being fulfilled. Because, you know, prophecy is being fulfilled, man. And, you know, this is a beautiful thing, man, because all of you nations have fell to this devil because y'all wanted to follow after his agenda, you know. So I'm gonna get that. This Revelations 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was lighted with his glory, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fall, it is fall, and it became the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cradle of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundancy of her delicacy. Exactly. So every nation drunk of this, and now every nation is going to feel that pain and that suffering, man. You know, all these nations, all these people, because there was a lot of different people sleeping in them parking lots, man, in their cars, man. You know, living out of their cars. You got, you know, of course you got our people, you know, but, you know, the 2/3 of our people that wanted to sell out and didn't want to listen when the men of the Lord been out there. I'm pretty sure some of them people ran across the men of the Lord, you know. But it's just a beautiful thing, man, how Yahawah is showing you his power, man, and nobody can run away from the power of Yahawah. It's totally impossible, man. Once the Lord put that fury on you, that's it, man. You ain't running away from the Heavenly Father, man. You're not. You're gonna get judged, man. You're gonna get judged, and you're gonna get jacked up. You know, when the Lord put that pressure on you, man. And man, he gonna put that pressure on he putting that pressure on these damn devils, and he putting that pressure on you heathens. And you 2/3, man. You know? So it's like y'all all about to feel this wrath, man. Y'all bahasham is not gonna play around with you people, man. You know? This is future prophecy to come to pass, man. I don't know what the hell. Okay. Salakia, man, my phone up here acting stupid, moving slower than ever. But yeah, you know, this is a beautiful thing, man. You know? And we should be rejoicing to see this, man, to see the downfall of our enemies, man. You know? This is something you should be looking forward to, man. Seeing the downfall of your enemies, man. Downfall of these people. You know? These two thirtians. You know? This is a beautiful thing, man. I'm gonna grab that scripture. To see the downfall of your enemies. Excuse me, Salakia. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that video, man. Made a mistake and actually hit the wrong one. But this is Ecclesiastes of Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. Exactly. So we living to seeing the fall of our enemies. You know, we seeing the nation of Eve fall, and we seeing all these nations fall, you know. And you seeing these 2/3 fall. But a lot of these 2/3, some of them are living deliciously, you know, because they followed out the big bad Uncle Esau, the nation of Eve, you know, following after them, you know. And now they feeling it, man. They feeling that pressure. They feeling the judgment, you know, that's coming down upon them. You know, it's just a beautiful thing, man. I mean, ain't nothing more beautiful than that, man. You know, to see these things happening to these people, because, you know, these nations, man, they did a big number on us, man. And you know, it's time for them to pay for what they did, and it is what it is, you know. They just gonna have to accept it, which they don't want to. Of course they don't want to accept it. Who want to accept it? You know. I'm gonna go back to Revelations 18. This is Revelations 18. I'm gonna just skip down to 5. Well, I'll read 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." You know, they coming up out of this madness and following after these damn devils and worshiping their philosophies, man. You got to come up out of this, man, because, hey, man, great judgment is about to come down on these people, man, that you know, came against us, man. And a lot of these people got to pay, man. You know, yahawah is about to judge them very viciously, man. You know, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she have filled to her double. Exactly. And that cup is coming back on them, man. That putting us in slavery, you know, beating us, whipping our ass, all type of things. Us being homeless and on the streets, not having enough money to survive, and all that. That's coming back onto them double. You know, it's happening now, and now you're seeing this. very beautiful, man. You know, to see the nation of E fall like this, you know. And it is what it is, you know. Ain't nothing they can do about it. You know, ain't nothing they can do about it, man. And it is what it is. And let these judgments keep happening. You know, it's prophecy. It is what it is. Verse 7, how much she have glorified herself, living deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Exactly, and they said that, and I guess what they see in that sorrow now. They going through that. They going through it, man. You know, yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi is messing them up, man. They can't do nothing about it. You know, judgment have came down. You know, my phone overheating, man. So I'm about to close this, man. You know, with that, I want to give all praise and glory.
Got the serious look just like y'all got. That serious, intense look. Because he's trying to find his way. He's trying to figure it out. It's frustrating. I'm trying to listen to God. I got my own flesh and my pulling me here, my own desires, my family, my friends. All these things is distracting me from the truth, and it's difficult to give in, especially when you're young, man. But if you can go through it, you'll come out like gold. If I can go through the fire. They don't want to go through the fire. They want to the lotto and go to Jamaica and the Bahamas and do their own selfish thing. But he said, if you wait till I exalt you, I give you desires of your heart. But it's difficult to wait because everybody's in a hurry. Technology, it's fast. It's in a hurry. They're angry. They're frustrated. They got time. They're on the cell phone. They want to text message you. Y'all in the same car. You going to text message him. He right there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in a hurry. I don't know where they going, but when they get there, they're going to be sorry. The faster you try to get there, that career, that money, and you're going to figure it out that, man, it was the journey. It was not the destination. You was in a hurry to get there, to come up, to be this, to be that. And when you get there, you're going to feel discouraged more than you did before you even started to get there. Because it was the journey, the people that you didn't stop to talk to like me at chicken. The people at the gas station. You was in a hurry to get there, but it was the journey. The more humble you be, then the more you can be fulfilled with the truth. But when you think you got it and you on your way, then you're going to get less of it because can't nobody talk to you. You can't stop. You're in a hurry. It's a difficult thing, but you got it. I see the intensity. He's showing you how to relate, connect to the people. I would say this. It's a man with pushing a basket. This man right here, they brilliant now. Don't look at the outside appearance. I've seen him in action. He was pushing a basket, and I was under the bridge, and I was talking to everybody except him. He was the last person I talked to. He said, "Why didn't you talk to me first?" He said, "I should have talked." He said, "Don't you ever pass by a man pushing a basket and don't acknowledge him." I never do it in my life, dude. I talk to the person pushing that basket. How's your day? How you doing? I talk to the homeless people because they said be careful how you entertain strangers. And most people that came off the street and they got their career together, they won't even let you know that they've been through it. They try to act brand new. It's a testimony. What you go through, it's for us to inspire somebody else. It's for me to pull the weak ones up. It's for you to pull the weak ones up. We don't go through this because of our own selfish weak. We go through this and give a testimony of how far God has brought me. It was never about me. I thought about me. before I'm going through this, he said, back up, man. Who you going to inspire? Who you going to tell somebody about the glory and the grace of God if you don't go through it? Get out of yourself. And once I step back, I be seeing the deep things of God. And so I don't play with him. I don't ask him for a lot. I just say, give me my portion for the day. I don't want a lot of things. Just give me enough that I can deal with. He said, I give you, but fulfill your bond greater than you can ever ask. I know what you desire. I know what you need. But Lord, give me my portion where I can be grateful. Where I can be thankful. They unthankful, they unholy, they ungrateful, they got a job, they don't want a job, they got 40 hours, you can't work on Saturdays, you can't work on Sundays, now you got 3 days, they always complaining and griping and murmuring. Stop it. He said be grateful with the little things. And wait, and I'll put you there. But he's going to put us in a place where they appreciate me in the job. Don't nobody take time to let them know why they doing things they doing. And that's the whole purpose of life. Let them know what they doing wrong if you see it. I always knew I was doing wrong. What about when they showed me long suffering? What about when they forgave me but I can't forgive him? He made a promise. I made a promise. I didn't fulfill it. Then they go off on me. Well, I got to go off on him because he didn't fulfill his commitment. That's wrong. You gotta teach. They don't know. The only God they know is through you, through your experience. They don't know about church because you can't go to church because it's a business. And all the church people, it's a clique, it's a club. And they done forgot about God. It's a business. Look here. It's just the world. Ain't nobody being bold and talking about God because don't pray in school, take the prayer out of school, all these things. It's the world. We're getting in a time where God is not popular no more. And if you talk about it, I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in God. I believe in this. I don't care what you believe in. Let my spirit speak for me. Let my action. But it was a time when I was just a hearer and not a doer. But you got to balance out. You got to go through the fire in order to be a doer too. You're going to be a hearer, then you're going to be a doer. But don't let people throw you off your journey. You can't beat nothing. It's between your relationship with God. They can't understand you all the time because you're trying to figure out your way. I'm trying to figure out my way. I can't prove nothing to them all the time. I don't need them to figure me out. All I got to do is just be patient and do what was in my ability, my boundary. I don't need to outstep my boundary. I ain't got to prove nothing to you. You didn't feel me? No, you can't go feel me. I can't put the expectation on you. I don't always feel me, understand me. So that's wrong. Be humble. Acknowledge him in all your ways. When I do wrong, I said something wrong to offend you, forgive me. I got to say it right away, get it over with. If I offend somebody at work, look, if they persecute me, look at God trying to strengthen me to show them who I serve. I say I believe, I'm working with it. Well, teach them. They don't know. They don't know why they're doing that, to me. Let your light shine among men. They might glorify your Father in heaven. It's real, man. I experience it all the time, 24/7. But I asked for it. I wanted to be a preacher when I was 6, but I didn't know the price I had to pay. Much wisdom, much grief, much sorrow. Ain't no other way you gonna get it. But if you can just go through the fire, you'll be like gold. When you take the jury to the pawn shop, how do they determine if it's real or fake? They put it through the acid test. They put the fire upon it. That's how we know if we're real or fake. We're going to go through the fire. You're going to have disagreement with each other, but it's okay. You're going to be friends. But if you have a disagreement, it's just a disagreement. That don't mean you ain't got to see him no more and talk to her or talk to her or whatever. I ain't got nothing to hide. My burdens are heavy, but when I'm weak, he's strong through me. He speaks through me. The weaker I get, the more frustrated I get with my life. And I did this, I did that. Then the more he speaks through me, the more he takes control of me. That's just where he wants you at. Get frustrated. gonna speak through you. But he gotta get you in that point where ain't nowhere else to go but to him. He said, those that I love, I correct them. I chastise them. When you go to jail, it's called the Department of Correction, Rehabilitation. But we get mad at the correction. He said, if I didn't love you, I would correct you. He could have took our life. Amen? Amen. He could take the life. But he corrected me. I just thank God for y'all. But this is what Solomon asked. Solomon was the wisest man that lived. He had everything that man could desire. But one thing God said, leave the foreign women alone. But he couldn't understand why he had a desire for the foreign women. But see, the Lord knew that they were going to turn his heart against him. They were going to make him idol worship and build a God. But he didn't understand it. And I'm going to say this, the preacher, he searched the world out. He said, I want to know the basis behind wisdom and knowledge and understanding and foolishness. See, you can't know wisdom and knowledge and you be a fool, but we don't want to be foolish. That's the only way you're going to get it. You got to be a fool first. How you going to know a fool when you're still a fool? How you going to know foolishness if you haven't been foolish?